Welcome to our RFP Money Story podcast, a space for sharing real money stories and where we dive into real conversations about finance, success, and the lessons learned along the way. Today's guest is a financial consultant and an RFP member for 11 years. Please welcome Miss Rudy Wanson. Good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon, Gab. Thank you
Hello.
for inviting me for this session.
Sure thing, ma'am. We are very pleasured to have you as our guest today. And before we proceed in for being an RFP member, let me just try to dive deeper first about your personal or how it started. So, what is your first memory of money and how did it shape your financial mindset?
Well, my first memory of money is when my grandmother taught me how to save. And it started with an alkansya box. Wherein, yun nga, sabi niya, kailangan yung mga nalilikom ko na pera from Christmas, dun ko ilagay, ipunin ko so that in my future, it could help me to really understand na kaya kong bilhin kung ano man yung mga bagay na gusto kong bilhin. So that's my first memory of money. And I really live on that teaching. Kasi yun talaga yung tumulong din. Coming from a broken family, naghiwalay yung nanay at tatay ko because of money as well. And I felt that that teaching helped me a lot to also provide for the needs of my siblings and for myself.
Okay. So, from that situation na yung puro alkansya, so you have your own savings na at a very young age. How do you handle that?
Yes, when I was young, so yung alkansya na yun, every time na Pasko, kagaya ngayon, bare months na, nagsisimula na kaming mag-prepare, yung nangangaroling kami, ganyan. So, out of fun. It's really out of fun because I was just 11 years old back then. So, yun, mga ngaroling kami and then kung ano yung share ko dun sa caroling, ilalagay ko siya dun sa alkansya. And of course, yung mga Christmas gifts kasi coming from a Filipino-Chinese family, usually ang gift talaga nila is money. So, hindi yung mga, alam mo na, mga things, 'di ba?
Mm-mm.
Ang usual sa Filipino-Chinese, yung angpao na tinatawag, then meron siyang money na nasa envelope. So, yung pera na yun, iniipon ko talaga siya. Hindi ko siya ginagastos. And then, that also helped me to open my own bank account. Then, kasama ko yung lola ko noon. So, we filled up the application form together. And I have the passbook during that time. And I just felt happy about the feeling of having that first passbook of mine. Kasi I could see na, wow, every year, lumalaki siya. Kasi nga,
Mm-mm.
syempre, every year lang yung Pasko. And hindi pa naman ako binibigyan ng money allowance that time. Kasi 11 years old pa lang ako. And that grew hanggang naging college. Syempre, nung college ako, binibigyan ako ng allowance. So, natatabi ko siya.
Mm-mm.
And I also remember when my mom and dad got separated, my mom communicated to me that she needed money because I was with my grandmother that time. So, doon ako nakatira. And sabi niya, kailangan niya ng pera. Good thing, I have my savings. So, I really gave a portion of my savings to help my mother as well. So, masaya yung pakiramdam na makatulong sa nanay mo, especially. Kasi meron kang naitabi. So, yun yung tumatak sa isip ko na, kailangan ko tong gawin in the long run. Kasi, hindi natin alam kung kailan natin
Mm-mm.
kailangan yung money na sinisave natin.
So yung
So, yun
savings na
po.
yun is from your college allowance?
Yes, college allowance and Christmas gifts,
So
majority.
ganun ka ka-responsible sa pagse-save.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
sorry, just to ask lang, you're half Chinese.
Yes. Actually, medyo full. Kasi my
Oo.
my father and mother are both Chinese. My father is from Hong Kong and my mother naman dito na siya sa Philippines. Pero ano din siya, full-blooded
Mm.
Chinese.
Okay, so remembering your past when nangangaraling ka pa and then your college allowance, what is the financial lesson na dapat natutunan mo at a very young age na sana natutunan ko ng mas maaga para hindi umabot ng ganito?
Mm. So, siguro yung pinaka-memory ko ng money na sana na-impart ko pa dun sa parents ko.
Mm.
Because I felt money is the reason why we had a broken family. So, maybe the expectation within the relationship is not that good. My father cannot provide well for our family. So, yun yung naging reason bakit hindi naging strong yung relationship ng parents ko. If I will, if only I can impart to them that money is just a tool. It's just a tool for every one of us to have sustainable living and also to have happiness. But it's not a basis of happiness, 'di ba? And yun sana yung pwede kong ma-impart. But of course, during that day, bata pa lang ako.
Mm.
I felt I still don't have that powerful voice. And yeah, there are things that's really not controllable. So maybe with the viewers right now, that's what I could share from my money learning.
Okay. So, ever since na you finished college, of course, you have your first job. How did you handle your first salary, or how did you manage your income, your own money?
Yes. So when I started college, I took up BS Accountancy. Gano'n lakas yung influence ng finance sa akin. So nung graduate ako, my first salary, I really gave it to my grandmother. Kasi 'di ba parang siya talaga yung dahilan kung bakit ako nakatapos ng pag-aaral, silang dalawa ng lolo ko with our small restaurant, na itaguyod nila kami. And yun, binigay ko talaga sa kanya yung buong salary
Buong
ko.
salary.
Yes. And after that, of course, I was able to save up. And yun din yung savings na inalat ko. Kasi ang goal ko nun is to have my my own properties. Yun na talaga yung pinakaunang goal. Pero syempre parang ang laki, 'di ba? Milyon yung
Mm.
kailangan mo for a property. Ang ginawa ko, in-enjoy ko siya. Hindi lahat, syempre. Kumbaga, there's a portion na ito pang property na pangarap ko. Then, may portion na ini-enjoy ko siya sa travel. Kasi mahilig ako mag-travel. Sobrang hilig kong mag-travel. So, out of town muna kasi yun yung mura dito
Mm.
sa Pinas lalo na we are we are very rich with natural resources, beach, 'di ba? Tapos mga pabundok
Oo.
ganyan. So, nung dalaga ako, sobrang na-enjoy ko talaga 'yun. And I was also part of a youth ministry within our parish. So, yun din, I was also able to influence them how to manage their finances and also to really keep the community sa parish namin. And gladly, I was also able to join World Youth Day. Imagine, if I don't have any savings, I cannot join World Youth Day because my parish is a very small parish. Hindi naman siya ganun kayaman to fund me for my trip or airfare. So, yung savings ko, kumuha ko ng pambayad papuntang World Youth Day Sydney. That was my first World Youth Day delegation. So, ang saya ko nun kasi na-experience kong makasama yung iba't ibang Katoliko in the world and mga youth na kagaya ko that time. And yun, kasama namin si Pope. Nakakatuwa kasi parang first time kong ma-experience yung ganong experience. So that money management helped me to achieve my dreams along the way. Yeah.
Okay, so parang ang productive ng kabataan niyo, no?
Sobra.
Parang lahat naranasan niyo, na-enjoy niyo talaga. Pero was there a
Yes.
turning point na parang financially, turning point na parang hindi niyo in-expect na mangyayari yun?
Marami rin kasi nga 'di ba, like what I've said, I grew up with a broken family. So, yun yung turning point when I was in high school actually nung time na yun. I felt everything is falling apart kahit na feeling ko naman hindi naman kami sobrang hirap kagaya nung iba. Pero alam mo yun, parang lahat hindi na nag-a-agree dun sa way na gusto mo. Then, may court hearing, ganyan. Naghiwalay yung nanay at tatay ko. So, that was a very sad part of my life. Along with the reason of money na dahil hindi maka-provide ng maayos, kaya maghihiwalay. Parang there's something more to that story. It should have been, sana nagtulungan sila para mas nag-grow namin yung family namin together. And that's where my advocacy is coming from right now. So as a CPA, I do practice already how to teach people how to start their own business and grow their own finances within their family because together they can really grow as one and thrive as one family. Yun.
Okay, pero I'm not sure if nasa position akong i-ask to, pero during that time when your parents got separated, did you have a conversation with your mom or with your dad about financial struggles?
That time wala na eh. Kasi, ano na eh, parang nag-aaway talaga
Parang
sila.
you're too young then to get
Yes, and
involved.
I was too young to handle a conversation like that. Pero, ano naman, good thing, today, we are all okay and they were able to separate ways properly naman. Okay naman na kami magkakapatid. Yun, sad lang siguro, another part of that story, na-aksidente yung pangalawa kong kapatid, yung sumunod sa akin. Um, and I felt kung magkasama yung nanay at tatay ko nung time na yun, hindi siya mangyayari. Yun. So, may mga ano talaga, pros and cons in different decisions that we make in our life. So, yeah, I felt that if only my mom and dad helped each other to really move our family together and face the challenges together. Maybe ngayon nandito pa yung kapatid ko, okay pa siya, hindi siya na-aksidente. Kasi kabataan, napabayaan. So, naglalaro siya sa fifth floor, then nahulog siya from fifth floor. So, no one likes that. Even my parents, I'm sure they don't like that. But things happened for a reason. And I felt na at the very beginning of of my life as a child, parang ano na, nabigyan, kumbaga, nabinyagan na ako ng reality. I was given this awareness to be an instrument to people that financial management is really important, specifically in family.
All right. So now na is he your husband? Okay.
Yes.
So now you have a husband now. We're able to apply yung observation mo nung kabataan mo now na you have your own family na.
Yes. So, I attended RFP when I'm about to resign from a corporate world job. So, I was a controller back then in one of the telco company here in the Philippines. And then, I fixed my own financial plan for myself, for my future family back then. Kasi I was just single back then. And of course, with that, when I met my husband, I also share it to him how we will build our finances together so that we would know if we are matched in this mindset, because I always believe that before getting married, I need to find someone who is matched with my mindset. Mahirap kasi kung magkaiba kami ng mindset, 'di ba? So, hindi kami aligned. Yun kasi madalas yung nagiging reason why families falling apart because of the belief system that we're able to build along the way in the childhood part. So, nagkaroon talaga kami ng masinsinang usapan. We also did some um, mga retreat together to know more each other and really aligned well dun sa belief system na gusto naming buuin para sa sarili naming pamilya. And also, especially when it comes to money management. So, since money has a very strong impact to every individual, 'di ba? Hindi lang sa pamilya, but of course, sa sarili rin. Paano namin i-handle yung pera namin? Meron ba kaming isang bank account or kanya-kanya? Sino yung saver? Sino yung spender? Ganyan. So, may kanya-kanya kaming toka. So, in our family, ako talaga yung saver. So, sa akin nakatoka lahat yung mga savings namin, insurance, investment, which I've learned from RFP. And si Mark, my husband, is the one really taking care of the spendings within the family. Lahat. Salary ng empleyado namin, household needs, etc. So, siya talaga lahat. Para masatisfy yung pagiging spender niya.
Okay.
Yun.
Kasi na-mention mo na yung toka-toka kayo sa family. Sa family
Yes.
niyo or with your husband na yan?
Yes, with my husband na yun.
Okay, so you're a saver. Kasi I was about to ask if do you consider yourself a saver, spender, or investor?
Well, now I'm a saver plus investor. I started investing right after the RFP program. Was able to already accumulate money to buy my own property. I started with a studio unit, and then when we got married, we bought a two-bedroom condo. So, we started small. I started small. Talagang, syempre, kasama dun yung housing loan. I've learned from RFP to also learn how to use my leverage, my loanable amount, 'di ba? So, pwede akong mag-loan because of my capacity to pay from the salary that I'm getting from my previous job. But of course, now that I'm a business owner, from my business income. So, yun, I am happy that I I started early as an RFP member because it changed my whole perspective about money. Because when I was young, I thought I need to save more so that I can buy property. Pero yung pala, pwede naman pala akong umutang. Umutang wisely, responsibly. No, so I was able to grow our property. So yun, may studio, may 2BR, and then ngayon we already have our own house and lot. So yung condo namin, may nagre-rent plus the parking, syempre, 'di ba? And yung studio na-flip ko na. So now we want to also get more other properties, especially that the market now is really down when it comes to real properties. And because of that, after attending RFP, I got the confidence to start my own business. I am a certified public accountant, and because of different certifications, I got RFP, certified financial consultant, and I'm also a certified public accountant. I already did my own practice. And I serve with micro enterprise here in the Philippines as their accountant and financial consultant as well. So, doesn't stop with the government compliance, which is the usual for CPAs, but I also do help micro enterprise or employees who wants to leap from their employment going to their own business. So, how to handle their finances, budgeting within their business, and budgeting within their personal finance. Kasi magkaiba yung business tsaka personal finance. And at the same time, how to really manage their business na hindi sila malugi. And yun nga, to also leverage from the loan, 'di ba? And same with their personal finance. So the importance of insurance, investment, and different um, instrument in our market, financial instrument. Ano ba yung importance ng VUL, ng life insurance, yan. And also investing in stocks, ano yung crypto, ano yung forex, yan. So I do teach them about these things and really give them a perspective na I can do a lot of things pala with my money and not just to parang save lang ng save and then tsaka mo gagastusin or swipe lang ng swipe ng credit card
credit
at
card.
dun lang magbabayad. So yun, I also teach how to really manage their loan. Alam na natin, mga Pilipino, maraming taga-London.
Oo.
So, I want to really give them a very good perspective of handling their loan properly and responsibly. Yun nga. Sayang yung loan kung hindi mo gagamitin dun sa tamang paraan. Kasi maraming ways how to use that loanable amount that you have in the correct way. Yung kikita ka, hindi yung babagsak ka na, 'di ba? Loan ka, swipe ka lang ng swipe, bayad ka lang ng bayad, and then ikaw pa yung nagbabayad ng interest expense dun sa credit card company. Sana ikaw yung kumikita from the loan that you are getting from the bank. Dapat ganon yung perspective natin. So, wala to lahat kung hindi ako nag-RFP. And I'm very thankful that RFP came here in the Philippines. Mas tumatag yung knowledge ko as a certified public accountant, how to handle money in a personal finance level.
Okay, later on, I will talk about your RFP journey. You mentioned na business owner ka. So,
Yes.
you own properties, right?
Yes.
Aside from that, you have investments then.
Yes, we do have, of course, life insurance,
Mm-mm.
VUL. I have investment in stocks. Actually, I started early in stocks because when I was not yet in the RFP program, yun talaga yung first na meron akong chance to learn because of our community leader, Bo Sanchez, as a Truly Rich Club. So, he taught us how to invest in stocks, in Philippine Stock Exchange Index, yan, COL Financial. So, yun, dun ako mas talagang nag-grow. And then, dito na lang, mas marami na kasi meron na ngayong crypto, meron ng forex. Though very, ano talaga to, volatile. Hindi ko pa siya na-maximize currently. And it takes a lot of time to study. Kasi ganun ako eh, bago ako pumasok, inaaral ko talaga muna. Bago ko siya pasukin. So, currently, yun yung investments namin. And of course, yung real estate. Also, the business where we have right now.
Okay, so is there a time na nag-invest ka into something pero hindi siya nag-work?
Meron yung mga ano, nung bata ako, 'di ba, marami yan, mga MLM, ganyan. So, mga business. Kasi when I was young, so since I have savings already, may invite ka kung saan-saan, 'di ba? Syempre, since curious ka, sali ka naman. So, hindi nag-work sa akin yung mga MLM type of investment. But yun nga, mas naging okay yung pagiging insurance advisor ko and also yung real estate. Siguro ano din, when pandemic happened, hindi natin lahat alam yun eh, na mangyayari yun. So, there was a point that my stock portfolio went down. But since I have this mindset that I am investing for the long term, I didn't take it out. Yun yung ano eh, kahalagahan nung pag-aaral. Kasi kung hindi mo inaral na nag-i-invest ka for the long term, ipo-pull out mo yun eh, kasi matatakot ka, 'di ba? Bumagsak yung market during pandemic. Ang sinabi ko lang sa sarili ko, I will not pull out. And ang ginawa ko, nagdagdag pa ako. I take the opportunity na bumaba yung market. So, ngayon na up na siya ulit, mas okay kumita yung nag-down, umakyat lang ulit ng konti, and then yung nadagdag ko, kumita pa siya. So, yun. Siguro nakatulong talaga yung pag-aaral ng maaga. Kasi kung hindi ako nag-aral ng RFP, baka gano'n yung mindset ko na, "Shocks, pandemic," ganyan. Puwedeng ipo-pull out ko na siya, especially yung mga, mutual funds, ganyan. Bagsak din yon that time. Ang kagandahan lang dun sa VUL, we have insurance. So, I have peace of mind whatever happen, my family is protected. My family, my children is protected. So, yun, kahit na may COVID around, hindi ako, kampante ako na may sasalo sa kanila, whatever happened. And yun nga, mas nabawasan, na-minimize yung mga hindi nating ini-expect mangyari. Yun.
Okay. So, nakalimutan ko yung next question ko. Kasi, you mentioned na you have your business savings and personal savings, right? How do
Yes.
you handle or manage individually?
So, of course, the business part has its own bank account and all the collections coming in and also the expenses coming out, dun siya nade-deduct sa bank account na yun. And then, every month, of course, I peg a salary for me and for my husband kasi both of us are in the business. So, yun yung tina-transfer namin sa personal bank account namin. And yun din yung sineseparate namin from different financial instrument that we have currently. as a RFP graduate, so of course, we have different financial instrument. Yun nga, kagaya ng sabi ko, um, I have a financial plan for my kids, for their college education. I have a financial plan for my own retirement, for our own retirement. And also, I have a financial plan for my medium-term goals. Kasi yung VUL usually is for the long-term one. So, yun, nakabiyak-biyak talaga siya. And of course, hindi natin kakalimutan yung for fun natin. So, we also invest for our own growth as well. Yung, syempre, di ba, as a business owner, we need to learn more. Hindi pwedeng maging stagnant. So, we also have these different programs that we attend to. And yes, it gave us a lot of updates how to move our business and also how to help our clients because we are in a consulting company here in the Philippines. So we were able to really give a good solution for our clients.
Okay. So about RFP journey naman, how did you discover RFP and what motivated you to pursue the certification?
Yes, about the RFP, I was still working back then. And I have this urge to take RFP because when I saw in Facebook the ad, it felt so aligned with me because it talks about personal finance, saving, budgeting, investment. So I thought I told myself that this program will really help me grow my money. And since I was in a transition from employment going to business, I want to take this program so that I will be ready. I will be confident enough to really start my own thing. Kasi that time, 10 years na akong empleyado. And I don't have a plan to really stay longer as an employee. Maybe because I grew up in a family wherein we do business. Kaya ganun din yung mindset ko. I want to do my own business as well. So, when I attended RFP, yun nga, I really felt the confidence. The learning gave me a lot of things to apply within my own money and how to take care of my own future as a mother, of course, and as an individual. Kasi madalas pag naging magulang ka na, feeling mo kailangan para lang sa anak mo yung isi-save mo, 'di ba? Pero nung umattend ako ng RFP, I was able to learn that I also need to save for my own retirement because my children is not my retirement fund. So, yun, it gave me a lot of good belief system when it comes to money. And kagaya ng sabi ko kanina, I was able to also, alam mo yun, kumbaga, leap the mishaps of financial challenges or financial struggle in life. Kasi nag-aral ako. And as a practitioner, CPA practitioner and finance consultant, I was also able to grow myself in the personal finance business. So, I grew as a six-time $1 million round table in the insurance industry and was promoted yearly as a manager, senior manager. And now, we have our own business consultancy as well. So, not just myself, but also I teach these learnings to my own clients as well.
Okay, since you mentioned na you have learnings, for 11 years na naging member ka for RFP, what are those learnings na nag-instill na sa utak mo na you have to parang isabuhay, yung parang maging what do you call this, motto mo in life when it comes to financial decisions?
Yes, our massive transformative purpose actually came from the RFP. Okay, so our motto actually came from RFP. Everyone enjoying life to the fullest without thinking about money. Yun talaga yung naging massive transformative purpose namin in our business because I felt that people tend to struggle, think a lot about money, pero kung iisipin natin, money is just a tool for us to sustain our life, to sustain our needs. And yes, of course, to answer our happiness at the same time. And if we just think that we are complete time, talent, and of course, treasure that God gave us, everything can just flow. We just need to know our strengths so that we could earn more with this. And yung money, darating yan. Um, because we have the power to really, we have the power to get money using our strengths and talents. And we just need to focus on that. Anything that's not your strength, ibig sabihin, yung weakness mo, delegate. You need to delegate it. If it's not your strength, then get help from other people. Ask for support so that you can grow yourself more. And yeah, if you know how to budget your money very well, you know how much do you need in a day to live, 'di ba? Kumain ng 3 beses sa isang araw or sige, 5 beses sa isang araw. Kaya mong mag-ipon, kaya mong mag-ipon para sa property mo, kaya mong mag-ipon para sa travel na gusto mo, kaya mong mag-ipon para lumago yung negosyo mo and also yung family mo. You have the power to really grow yourself and also to help others with this knowledge that you have.
Is that how you perceive money ba right now nung nag-RFP ka? Or same perception lang din ever since before you joined RFP?
It already transformed because RFP is all about personal finance. When I was young, more of into business and CPA, debit credit.
Oo.
Pero it's all, alam mo yun, transactional. My money life grew more when I learned about how to handle my personal finance. Actually, our business name is RSJ Experts Cap Consultancy. RSJ stands for The Richness and Successful Journey. Richness coming from the business, successful coming from the personal finance management. Because yes, majority of the business owners know how to do business and earn a lot of sales, but pagdating dun sa personal finance, bagsak. Lumalabas lang din yung pera. Yan yung madalas na nakikita namin as financial advisor or consultant in this business. I've been in the business for 10 years and I've met a lot of different people, empleyado, executive, up to the business owner, up to tycoon. Iba-iba sila talaga ng upbringing when it comes to personal finance. But one thing that I saw from those na talagang multi-millionaire, billionaire is really the mindset when it comes to money. And that is really all about personal finance. If you are good in handling your personal finance, you are also good in your business finance. So, yun talaga. Kaya kailangan aralin natin maigi how to properly budget our money. Yung in and out, kung saan siya pupunta. And, up to the last centavo as much as possible. Para at least, kung magkaroon man ng challenges along the way, mas mabilis mo rin siyang may adjust along the way. Especially in business. Yeah.
As a financial consultant pa, what do you usually advise to the people when it comes to financial planning? If
Wh-
ma-apply mo yung pagiging RFP mo.
Yes, when it comes to financial planning, what I always tell my client, what's your goal? Every time that we do the financial planning, first, I ask them, what's your goal? Business goal, personal goal. And then from that goal, we will lay it out. Siyempre, for the business, it's all about the sales and then the expenses attributed to that sales. Kung paano natin ma-achieve yung sales na yon. As to the personal finance, medyo dito maraming layers. Kasi 'di ba, sa personal finance, kailangan mong matutunan kung anong type of stage ka, nasan ka ba ngayon? Single ka ba? Married ka ba? May anak na ba yan? Papunta ka na ba sa retiree? Iba-ibang life stages, iba-ibang solusyon and planning ang kailangan. So, syempre, kami as a financial consultant, majority of our clients are coming from the early married life. So, iba-iba talaga yung goals na naririnig namin. But common goal is to have their own house and lot, to have their own education fund for the children, and also to have a good retirement. Yan yung madalas naming top 3 na nakukuhang goals for our personal finance client. And with this, of course, we usually start from the foundation itself. Since they are married and they want to have kids in the future, it means that, of course, they need insurance. They need the life insurance and the critical illness insurance so that if ever something happened along the way, may magkasakit, especially cancer, heart attack, the critical ones, may money na papasok. And habang nagsisimula pa lang sila in their savings, syempre, these are usually at the age of 25 to 35 years old, mga starting parents. Syempre, yung salary nila hindi pa rin ganun kalaki, 'di ba? So, kailangan may proper foundation sa ilalim. And then, of course, after that, next would be their own budget for themselves. Day-to-day living nila, we usually lay down all the expenses for the day-to-day activities, yung monthly na spendings, so that they will also have an awareness that if they want to have an out of town vacation, out of the country vacation, how much nga ba yung kailangan na salary ko? Or if they want to have their own business, any other dreams that they want in the future, they will have an awareness how much should they be earning right now or 3 to 5 years from now. So, that's how we do it. And then, of course, after that, we go to the investment portion. Kasi, kapag hindi mo inuna yung current, syempre, di ba, parang paano ka makakapunta dun sa future or investment? So, investment, I always teach my client that this is for the long-term savings. So, when you say long-term, it's 10 years or more. So, majority goals here are the college education fund, their retirement, and of course, the business that they want, since they're just starting on as an employee, ganyan. Yan yung madalas na goals. But of course, after that, meron din yung mga medium term. Kung ano yung nakikita nila within 3 to 5 years span of their life. Yan. So, we really go on a on stage basis. Medyo mas madugo, no, yung personal finance. Actually, mas madugo talaga yung personal finance compared to the business finance. Kasi for business finance, it's really all about the total sales and the expenses, operating expenses within the business.
Yeah.
And how much do they want to earn within that year. Or for example, right now we are already in September. Majority of my clients are already budgeting for the 2026. So that we could also check every month, are we on budget or not? Are we on target or not, 'di ba? So, ang straightforward. Pero when it comes to personal finance, it's totally different. We have different stages to know, to achieve, and also um, to handle, to manage. Especially kapag dumating na si baby, yan, iba-iba ulit. So, lalo na kunyari may client ako, sabi niya nung una 2 anak lang, pero naging 3. So, we need to change again the financial plan. Kasi nagkaroon ulit ng baby.
Isa pa,
Oo,
oo.
nagkaroon pa ulit ng isa pa.
Ah,
So, masaya yung yung journey with our clients because we were able to really guide them well and make them have a not so straight, but of course, a very manageable financial life. Hindi hindi man straight, pero kung magkaroon man ng bumps, like for example, when pandemic happened, good thing we don't have any client na namatay. Thank you, Lord, talaga. And kung nangyari man yun, I am still comfortable, 'di ba, na meron siyang life insurance. And also, during the pandemic time, we have a client nagkaroon ng cancer. We have the money to support this client because of what happened before pandemic. Nakinig siya, kumuha siya ng insurance ng critical illness insurance. So, yun yung mga successful moments for us. Parang medal. Pero ito, 'di ba, in the life of your client, naga-guide mo sila properly. And I'm just happy because some of them really went to the business life talaga. Ibig sabihin, hindi lang sila nagstay as employee, pero naging negosyante na sila ngayon. And because of our guidance, nakakatuwa from being a micro-entrepreneur, now some of them are already in corporation. Imagine kung yung power ng learning, when you apply it to the real world, it can grow you more.
okay. Before we proceed to the last question, no? Parang free consultation na lang din for the viewers. Ano yung pinaka-basic na ma-advise mo when it comes to financial planning? Especially kasi mga millennials for sure nag-start na yan mag-invest, mag-save.
Yes,
How about the Gen Zs? Yung mga parang generation ko na pa-start pa lang. Ano yung mga
correct.
basic advice mo in starting saving money?
In starting to save your money, you need to be clear. So, clarity. Clarity when it comes to your goals. Um, Hindi kasi pare-parehas ng goal, especially for the Gen Zs. Gen Zs are really industrial. They want business. And I have a lot of Gen Zs clients into online selling. And grabe, nakakatuwa kasi they have this very industrial aspect, motivation nila to grow more. And yeah, it's okay to be very, business is high risk talaga. Pero okay yan basta gawin natin ng tama. Create your solid financial foundation. Yeah, we start with insurance, your own needs. Kasi pag nagkaroon ka ng critical illness at wala kang insurance, yung business mo bagsak agad. Kahit na million-million pa yung kinikita niyan, kasi million-million din ang kailangan kapag nagka-critical illness ka. And isang butas lang dun sa alkansya mo, wasak agad yung financial foundation mo. So, yun yung madalas kong tinuturo. Kasi ito yung madalas nakakalimutan. Since they want to grow fast, pero walang foundation. Kailangan meron tayong proper foundation. And also, to really start saving for your long-term funds, yung retirement. Kasi hindi ka naman forever magnenegosyo eh. 'Di ba? Why do we do business? Because we want to retire early. And when I say early, yes, you are still doing the business, but you are already earning from it passively because you have created your system, you have your own employees doing the business for you. And that's your retirement fund. Yun talaga yung pinaka tinuturo ko when it comes to my client. So, start small, dream big. And you need to have a solid financial foundation so that you can retire early. Kaya, I always challenge them to retire fast. Retire early. Kasi 'di ba, kailan ba tayo magta-travel kapag ugod-ugod na tayo? 'Di ba? Hindi. Kasi I did it with myself. I retired from employee at the age of 32. So 32 years old, I already went out from the corporate world and I started my own business as a CPA and of course as a financial advisor and financial consultant. And I was able to really enjoy my life early on. Travel, Europe, US. Masaya siya. And hindi naman kailangan 60 years old ka bago ka mag-retire, 'di ba? I mean, lalo na kung magta-travel, hindi naman kailangan hintayin mo yung 60 years old bago ka mag-enjoy. You can enjoy now and you can enjoy responsibly. Hindi yung waldas ka lang, 'di ba? So, yun yung tinuturo ko ngayon with my clients. And if you know the foundation, mabilis mo na siyang mag-grow. Yung investment, mabilis na yan. Mas madali mo rin mahaharap yung high risk kasi alam mo na pulido yung foundation mo. Pulido yung pundasyon. Kumbaga sa bahay, pulido yung pundasyon ng bahay mo. Hindi siya basta-basta masisira kapag nagkaroon ng lindol. 'Di ba? So, same with our finances. If our foundation is solid, any challenges, any struggle that will happen, it stays within the foundation. Mag-move man, pero hindi ganon ka wasak agad. Alam mo yun? So, yun yung tinuturo ko sa kanila. And patience is a virtue. Patience is a virtue when it comes to savings and building your own empire. Patience is a virtue, especially in business, because you manage different aspect of the business. Customer mo, supplier, employees. So, you really need to have your working system. And hindi naman yun overnight lang. Meron ka talagang trial and error. What worked, what didn't work. And you just stay with what worked. So, yeah.
Actually, that answers my last question. Kasi ang last is if you can share anything valuable lesson that you can, share with the audience or the viewers. Is there anything that you wanted to add?
Yeah. For me, like what I've said, everyone should enjoy life to the fullest without thinking about money. And you have the power to flip your life from wherever you are right now to the dream that you want to have in the future. So just focus on your strength, be clear with your goals in life, and enjoy along the way. Enjoy within the journey. Because if you just, control everything, mapapagod ka. And if you surrender with a happy face, with a smile, despite of different challenges in life, you will certainly go to that point B that you want. And if you build your solid financial foundation very well, you will not be scared, you will not be afraid, and you will be courageous enough to face your dream, to face all the challenges that the reality can give to you. Um, yeah, as long as you save portion by portion, it can grow a lot in the future. That's for me.
All right, so before we wrap things up, do you want to promote any social media accounts that is visible to the audience?
Yes, I'm inviting everyone to follow me at TikTok, Facebook, Ruthie Nuza, and also our Facebook page for our business, RSJ Experts Cap Consultancy. You can reach out to us if you need any help or support to have your own business or, of course, to manage your personal finance. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And that's a wrap on today's episode. Thanks for tuning in. If you love diving into money stories as much as we do, make sure to follow us on Facebook, YouTube, and Spotify, or visit our official website at rfp.ph for more financial insights. Until next time, keep chasing those money moves.